following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 9 in season number 4. The 2018 NRLOA Haas IndyCar Series is back after a almost month-long break from racing. Last race was over at Road America. John Andrews got the win over there. We now head to another oval track, this time the Pikes Peak International Raceway. The Colorado 65-kilometer race, 40 laps of action around this mile-long racetrack in Boulder, Colorado. It's going to be a fun one, as was the Indy Lights race earlier. Now, hopefully we won't see as many crashes as we did in that event, but either way, it's going to be very fun to watch this one here today for the big guns in the Haas IndyCar Series. Nicholas Samadio is the points leader, 275 points towards the championship. There is no possible way he can leave this race not in the first position. Next guy in line is our last winner, John Andrews, 50 points behind. Nicholas Samadio has done a strong job this season in that number 5, especially considering his Indianapolis 250 victory. It has definitely helped him out. Colton Yo with his pole is 54 points behind. Justin Zeidel is 67 points behind. And Christian Masters 71 points behind. Coming into today's event from the Pikes Peak International Raceway. This race was very interesting last season. Here, Jalard and Alonso, the only guy to stay out the entire way and get the win. He actually did come down early on in that event. I believe he had a caution about 8 laps in, and he came down under that caution and was able to make it the whole way through. He lapped everybody in that event last year. We'll see if that happens again here today for this one at the Pikes Peak International Raceway. Colton Yo is on the pole, like I said. Roger Ray starting alongside him there in the number 8 machine. Row number 2 sees the number 2 of Julius Anderson starts alongside the points leader of Nicholas Samadio. Row number 3, we have ourselves a 19 machine of Adam Lewis starting alongside Bruno De Barros in the number 12. Number 7, driven by Isaac Nichols alongside Christian Master in the 21. Daniel Bouchard, who won the last mile-long racetrack we had here in the Haas IndyCar Series at Phoenix. He's alongside Davey Johnson in number 3. If you saw the race earlier today over on the NRLOA channel for the Indy Lights, you saw there was a lot of passing in the first 5 laps, but we had a lot of cautions, and the passing kind of stalled out from there because, well, they were under caution. They couldn't pass too much. But in this race, he did tone it down a little bit. So hopefully we can get some green flag racing in. We're just going to have to see. Colton Yo and Roger Ray were green flag racing in the Colorado 65K. Three wide at the stripe for lap 1. I believe it was Adam Lewis who barely got him at the line. But look at how they spread out there through the corner and around. That is, I believe, Marty Johnson. No. Eric Monaco in the 10. But he stayed on the apron, and the caution does not come out for it. So that's a tough break for Eric Monaco. I believe he's going to stay out there. He's going to hope for a quick caution here soon, and he very well might get it the way they are currently racing here in the middle of this pack. I'm surprised they haven't wrecked yet, but great job by these guys keeping their cars clean at the moment. Here comes Bruno De Barros to the inside of Isaac Nichols for the lead. How about Igor Barreto in the 22? He won at Texas, which was another crazy place. We had that kind of pack racing we're seeing right now over there. Luke Rainey to the inside, 3 wide for third. Cody Sill, Nicholas Samadia behind, and they're 4 wide. That's Justin Zeidel, the 27 machine of Ace Garcia, Tyler O'Riddy, and Christian Master off the corner. They remain 4 wide, and they keep it together. And they're 4 wide ahead of those guys. Oh, and somebody got shuffled out of line in the wall hard. That's our points leader, Nicholas Samadio, and the 4 wide did not work. Julius Anderson, Nicholas Samadio, Adam Lewis, and one other driver was involved in that accident, and I think that Eric Monaco is going to stay on the lead lap here. It was Daniel Bouchard in the number 40 got involved there. Winner back to the line was number 12 of Bruno de Barros, and this is where things get really interesting. It's about the same place the caution came out last year in this event, and we had a couple guys come down, and one of those guys who came down ended up staying out and taking the win away, so we'll have to see if that affects the outcome of the race. It does appear, however, that everyone is staying out at this point. Of course, they are still trying to figure it out here. A massive accident involving our points leader. Now, normally it'd be a big deal, but Nicholas Samadio is still going to leave this race the points leader either way. And currently 22nd right now. I believe he's taking that thing to the garage. You see him there. I don't think he's going to be able to continue in this one. Quite an unfortunate one for Indianapolis 250 champion. Especially considering how much of a points lead he had, he definitely wanted to extend that, and I think everyone is going to stay out, so puts everybody on an equal playing field for this race this year at the Pikes Peak International Raceway. Let's go ahead and see what happened exiting turn 2 to bring out the first caution here in the Colorado 65K. It was number 2, Julius Anderson, who got in the Colton Yo, sent Colton Yo up in Nicholas Samadio. Adam Lewis had nowhere to go, and Daniel Bouchard hit the outside wall significantly as well. And you see Samadio flying through the air. The funny thing is, he actually got back out there after he was on the pit lane. So Samadio is not out of this race, even after that. Like I've said, this mod is a very strong one. Definitely not too accurate towards how real IndyCars are, but still, good to see our points leader still be able to stay out there in the number 5 at least. But Daniel Bouchard and I think Adam Lewis, I think they might both be the 2 knocked out. Actually, no, I think it's Julius Anderson and Daniel Bouchard. No, Bouchard's out after this one, no question about it. But I think the other guy's Julius Anderson. You see the damage to his race car. It does not appear that he will be able to continue after that one. Following real time, following Nicholas Samadio. And this is the first time in a while he's crashed. He's had a very strong season going for him up to this point, of course, being 50 points ahead of the field. But I don't think he's going to be that far ahead of the field after this one, after that accident right there. Tough break for all those guys involved, but a good break for Eric Monaco. Got spun around there a few laps earlier. The caution did not come out for it because he did not stop or was sideways on the racing surface, so we'll have to see how that affects Monaco later on in this one. He might have a shot at victory. Either way, Bruno de Barros is the leader of the race. Let's see what he does on the restart here at the Pikes Peak International Raceway. Back here at the Pikes Peak International Raceway for the Colorado 65K. It does appear that Isaac Nichols decided to top off on fuel there. Oh yeah, that's exactly what Alonso did last year. Watch out for Isaac Nichols in this one. Of course, this is going to be his last season. Somebody had an issue. I think the 14 just blew up and he got spun around by his teammate. That's Jordan Lopez. The green flag is out either way. That split the pack up, and those guys in the back are way behind. It's De Barros, Cody Sill, Luke Rainey, Igor Barreto, and Roger Ray, the top 5 on the restart. And Cody Sill to the point from Bruno De Barros. And I don't know what happened to the AJ Foyt machines there, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Jordan Lopez just stopped in the middle of the racetrack and he got run into by Joey Hightower. The good thing about that is it splits the pack up, which means that the odds of a crash are going to be less than they were when we had all 25 bunched up together. Barreto's going to take second away from Bruno De Barros. Here comes Roger Ray in the 8. If I'm not mistaken, I think Roger Ray's still going for his first career Napa fan win. I don't think he's ever won on my channel before. Luke Rainey has. Of course, he was last year's Indianapolis 250 champion and the defending champion of the series. But currently not working out too well. in the points for him, but he's trying to work his way up here, and a win could definitely put him in contention. Of course, we have shortened the season. The races at Homestead, Chicagoland, and the Daytona Road Course have been taken off the schedule. So after this race, as far as I know, the next race might actually be Watkins Glen, but don't quote me on that. I don't think it is, because we got Kentucky, we got Watkins Glen, and then we got the finale at Auto Club. So Kentucky is actually the next race on the schedule after this one. It's going to be a little while from now. Then Watkins Glen, then the finale at Auto Club. So it's crunch time now for these guys in the Haas IndyCar Series. If you do not get good runs now, you might not have a shot at the championship. We'll check in on Nicholas Amedeo, and obviously the damage has gotten to it, but still trying to salvage something in 21st right there. He is a lap down, so I don't know how that's going to shake things out for him. But the field is definitely a lot more spread out than they were earlier on, and that's because of the issue Jordan Lopez had, and he is out of the race. Not entirely sure what happened to him there, but Joey Hightower got into him and spun him around, which clogged the field up coming to the restart. So a very interesting scenario right there for the AJ Foyt machines. Definitely not their day here today, as Bouchard was also knocked out in the accident. So Cody Sill hanging on to the lead, Igor Barreto right behind, trying to close in on the number 17. Cody Sill comes into this race last in the points of all the full-time drivers, so a huge opportunity for him here today to possibly steal one, the Pikes Peak International Raceway. How about the 18 of Max Anderson? Remember, he was one of the more dominant guys in the Indy 250 earlier on, but unfortunately the season has not really been much of the same for him. Not top 5 in the points, and it means he's probably a good ways behind our points leader Nicholas Amedeo, but still a great run going for him right now. I know Davey Johnson's top 10 in the points at least. I can't quite remember where everyone is in the points because it's just been so long since I've done a race in this series. But either way, I know Davey Johnson has a shot at the championship. A win could definitely put him right in contention heading into Kentucky for the points lead possibly. Cody Sill still out front. Igor Barreto does not have any help to get around him here. Roger Ray, Bruno De Barros, and Max Anderson, the top 5. Once it gets single file like this, passing gets a little bit more difficult than it is when they're in that big pack like they were at the start of the race. And that's why we're seeing Cody Sill kind of dominate right now in the number 17. A very unique racetrack here at Pikes Peak, but gotta tell you, it's a great place to have a race for the IndyCar Series, and I'm glad we're coming here this season, and we will be coming here next season as well. Next season, the first time you guys are hearing this, next summer, next winter, spring, summer, it's just going to be the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and the Haas IndyCar Series. You will not be able to be in both at the same time, and something just happened to Igor Barreto. His car just stalled right in the middle of the corner. And I think Christian Master might also be coming down. Yikes, that was close there. Barreto's in the middle of the racetrack here, and he's not going anywhere. He needs to get down to that apron now if he's going to have a shot at coming down the pit lane without bringing a caution out. But that's the second car in this race that has had an issue and completely just stalled out in the middle of the field. That is a tough break for Barreto. He was running second at the time that Cody Sill had a chance at victory. Not going to happen today for him as he gets lapped by the number 17. These guys are closing in on the two guys who were involved in the crash, Nicholas Amedeo and Cody Sill. But as I was saying, next summer, next winter, spring, summer, it's just going to be the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and the Haas IndyCar Series, and you cannot be in both at the same time either. So now, doing less next year, and because I definitely feel like I've done too much this year. But this is one series I definitely want to continue. I know I shortened it, but either way, this is one of my favorite series to do, and I definitely want to see it get completed. I want to see all the series that I started actually get completed in some way, shape, or form. So that's why we're just calling along with the rest of these guys here for these series. But yeah, next season going to be a bit of a shortened schedule, actually, I plan on having a 15-race season for the IndyCar Series next year. A 27-race schedule for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So we'll have to see how it all goes down. And I'm hoping that, I won't feel the stress getting all these races out because we only have 2 series to do. And I got to be diligent with myself to not start the Indy Lights or Turkey Hill Series or anything like that. I just got to stick to what I'm going to do and let it be what it is. I do plan on possibly extending the field, though, for the Haas IndyCar Series. Just because this and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series will be the only 2 series we'll be running next year, with the exception of the Trucks and ARCA that we'll do in the fall. But either way, I just want to make sure that there are enough cars for everybody, so it's possible this series could expand to possibly 30 cars. Don't want it to be too much, but 30 cars is a pretty good number, and we'll just have to figure it out for next year. But either way, you know, races are going to get less frequent next year. It's kind of just the way it goes for me. I mean, I just don't have the time anymore, but I'm still going to be here either way. We're going to still have fun next year, and we're going to have fun this year finishing these series out. Cody Sill's having fun leading this race, let me tell you that, and he's been able to keep that 17 out front practically this entire run. But the big question is, we saw Isaac Nichols top off earlier on. Is he possibly saving fuel to possibly stretch this thing to the end? What Alonso did last year to get his last win in the Haas IndyCar Series. And we'll have to see if Isaac Nichols, who is also in a retirement year, if he could possibly get the win. A lot of guys retiring from competition at the end of the year here on Napa Fan. Elijah Gordon, Isaac Nichols, Richard Kinghart, Erja Larb, and Alonso. Of course, with Kinghart and Gordon, they will keep their development drivers going, so they're not completely going away from us, and it's a good thing. But quite a few guys hanging it up this year, which, you know, a lot of guys, a lot of guys have been around for quite a while, and that's when we just get older, which is fine, but I get older too. You know, I just turned 19 a couple weeks ago, and I'm still having fun doing this. Doing these races are fun. Just actually doing the races, having the points play out's my favorite thing to do, you know, and hope you guys enjoy it too. And I know Cody Sill's enjoying this one. I have not seen a guy dominate like this in a while on an oval for this series, but either way, Cody Sill's loving it. But, you know, like I said, you gotta watch out for Isaac Nichols. Of course, right now he's 6.5 seconds behind the leader. But the leaders are coming down now, so we'll see how this shakes things out. Cody Sill, Roger Ray, Max Anderson, Brendan DeBarros, and Luke Rainey all down the pit lane. As Tyler already stayed out and led lap number 28 here at Pikes Peak. We'll have to see where the 17 comes out in relation to everybody else after this cycle is done. We'll have to see how spread out they are once this cycle is done. Here comes the 15 and the 3. Barretto's back out there. They seem to fix the issue, but he's a lap down. So it's going to be fascinating to see if he'll be able to stay out. And I'm wondering, too, if Isaac Nichols also had an issue in the number 7. Because he's actually down the pit lane now as well. So I think they actually had to fix an issue. They were not topping off. So fascinating situation there for the number 7. And Cody Sill pulling out to a significant lead on Roger Ray right now. A little wide off the corner right there. We'll have to see where Christian Master, Davey Johnson, Tyler already come out. I don't know if Master is actually on the lead lap here. Might be on the tail end. Yeah, and he is. But already is on the lead lap, but he's going to get passed by quite a few people right here. So that pretty much seals the deal, only unless a caution comes out, bunches the field back up. We saw in the Indy Lights race yesterday that those restarts were very critical. It wasn't yesterday, I know, it was earlier today. Can't keep my days straight. Great run for Max Anderson off the pit lane. Oh, somebody blowing up. That was Master, and another issue for another driver in this race. That's the third guy to have, actually probably the fourth guy, because we also had Nichols have an issue as well, and now Christian Master, big amount of smoke coming from his race car, and into him hard was Ace Garcia, and there's the caution. Cody Sill did not want to see. Eric Monaco and Al Lagasse get involved late in the going. Oh my goodness. And Christian Masters all torn up in the 21 machine. Ace Garcia as well, Eric Monaco, and there's the 20 machine of Al Lagasse, with heavy damage to his machine. I mean, he only has 3 wheels right now, and that is exactly what Cody Sill did not want to see. But that's exactly what Max Anderson wanted to see. He's going to have a shot at getting into the inside of him on this restart for the lead. A lot of guys involved in this one. Master blew up, and they just ran right into him. Caution did not come out. I find that kind of weird, you know. You know, it's kind of weird seeing a car with only 3 wheels. But, yeah, you kind of can drive a car with 3 wheels, I guess. Al Lagasse is doing so right now. And good job by him. I mean, he should try to race that thing. He really should try to keep that thing out on the racetrack and try to battle it up for some points here. I mean, I feel like he can do so. If it weren't for the engine, I think he'd be able to do that. No joke. but he's only got 3 wheels on that thing. And he's coming down the pit lane driving that thing away. But that's going to be it. I highly, highly doubt he'll be able to continue, and he won't. But either way, let's go ahead and see what happened. Everybody should be good on fuel, so this is going to be a fight to the finish. Let's see who got involved and what ensued under the second caution of the race here in the Colorado 65K. Well, you see right here, Ace Garcia and Joey Hightower, they actually moved to the inside trying to avoid it, but they ran right into him. Actually, Hightower didn't. Garcia did, however, and the 27, he's sideways on the racetrack here, and they're going to come in and hit him. That's a tough break for Ace Garcia. John Andrews avoids this. That's a big one right there because he's second in the points coming into this thing, but Eric Monaco smack dab right in the middle of the 27. Nichols avoided this one. Al Legacy did not. He sent Eric Monaco upside down. Sachi avoided this one in the 26. I think those were the only guys involved, just those 4, but that's a tough one for Ace Garcia. Had a good run going, or actually I don't really know. He might have been top 10 once this all happened. He really could have been, but all those guys involved, I don't think any of them will be able to continue after that one. Tough break for those guys. Follow with Ace Garcia here in the 27. He and Joey Hightower both moved to the inside, but don't realize Master's going to come back down, and Master had nothing he could do there. Of course, his car blew up in the middle of the field. A 3rd engine issue we've had today, maybe 4th. But either way, that's what ensues there. Al Legacy, Eric Monaco also coming in there late, and Cody Sill's going to have a lot of work to do if he's going to want this win. Max Anderson, Roger Ray, Luke Rainey, and Marty Johnson, the top 5. Let's see who gets it done at Pikes Peak in the Colorado 65K. We're back here at the Pikes Peak International Raceway. We're going to have 5 laps to go to sort this one out for the win in the Colorado 65K. Only 4 races remain in the season, so it's a very critical race towards the championship, especially considering their points here was involved in that crash. He's still out there, but it's going to take a lot for him to stay in the points lead exiting the next race. And right there on the start, Max Anderson to the inside. It was Sill, Anderson, Ray, Rainey, and Marty Johnson. And Max Anderson jumps right to the inside to take it away from Cody Sill, coming the 4 laps to go in the Colorado 65K. But here comes Roger Ray in the 8. He's trying to close in on Max Anderson here. But Anderson staying out front for Dale Coyne Racing. The Chip Ganassi machine, almost call it Andretti. The Chip Ganassi machine of Roger Ray is right behind him. He's going to push him to the outside. Here comes Luke Rainey in the 1, and Cody Sill is also going to have a shot at this one as well. Side by side for the lead with 3 laps to go at Pikes Peak. Roger Ray trying to hang on that inside, but Max Anderson trying to get the outside lane to work. And they still remain side by side with 2.5 laps to go. Max Anderson really hanging tough on that outside lane, but Roger Ray's finally going to pass him, or will he? Anderson still has a nose to his outside, but that's going to do it right there, and Ray is going to take it. Or will he? Anderson way up the racetrack, trying to get a run up top. He is going to be able to clear Cody Sill, and he still has a chance at this one in the number 18. Look at who's 3rd. Davey Johnson in the number 3. He might have fresh tires on that thing. He is flying out there. But Tyler already makes it 3 wide for 2nd. That's exactly what Roger Ray wants to see. And here comes Ariddi. Will he have a shot at victory? Oh boy, they're closing right in on Colton Yo, and there goes Ariddi. They crash behind. They're side by side and at the line. Tyler Ariddi is gonna win it here at Pikes Peak. Where did he come from? Oh my goodness, that was something else right there. They closed in on the 88 of Colton Yo, and they wrecked. I don't know who was involved all the way there. I think it might have been Max Anderson, which is tough for him. He was up there with a shot at victory. But who in the world would have guessed Tyler Ariddi would have won that thing? That's his first win in quite a while here on Napa Fan. Gets it done in the Colorado 65K here at the Pikes Peak International Raceway. Let's go ahead and review that finish. So already he got the draft on Roger Ray. Ray decides to go high, trying to get around Colton Yeo, and already goes low, and it was the 88 of Colton Yeo and Max Anderson who got hit hard there, but at the stripe, already barely edged out Roger Ray for the win, and out of nowhere as well. And if it weren't for Colton Yeo, I think Roger Ray would have won that thing, because Ray went high, and that screwed him over. And already with the win in the Pikes Peak, in the Colorado 65K at Pikes Peak. It's not the Pikes Peak 65K, it's just the Colorado 65K, but whatever. And after all that, Nicholas Amedeo finished 16th, so I said at the beginning of the restart that it'd be hard for him to keep the points lead exiting the next race at Kentucky. It might not necessarily be the case, because he salvaged a pretty decent finish considering he flipped through the air, and we'll have to see how it all goes down for him. I mean, John Andrews finished 7th. He's not going to close in that much on Sam Medeo from that position, so it's still going to be Sam Medeo, the points leader. Colton Yeo's going to fall back because he was involved in an accident. Seidel Master was knocked out because of an accident, so not much really happened behind Sam Medeo, so Sam Medeo should still be, pretty safe to stay in the points lead exiting Kentucky next time we race here in the Haas IndyCar Series. But how about that race? Definitely a great one here at Pikes Peak. A thriller, no doubt, and Tyler O'Reilly with the win over Roger Ray. One of the closest finishes of the year on Napa Fan, as well as he edged out the number 8. That's a tough one for Roger Ray. Like I said at the top of the show, I believe he was still going for his first career Napa Fan win, and he was that close to getting it, but just got beat up by O'Reilly. But that will help him in the points. It's 40 points towards the championship for Roger Ray. We'll have to see where he stands once you guys see the points here in the Haas IndyCar Series after 9 races here in the season. Only 3 races remain: Kentucky, Watkins, Glen, and Auto Club, and they're all going to be thrillers, no question about it. So stick around here on Napa Fan for the Haas IndyCar Series. Finale is going to be, I believe, Labor Day weekend, so it is going to be a while before we finish this out. But either way, it's still going to be a good season to finish it out here in the Haas IndyCar Series, and I hope you stick around. But anyways, congratulations to Tyler O'Reilly, the winner here in the Colorado 65K, and here are the point standings for the Haas IndyCar Series tomorrow. Turkey Hill Series from Indianapolis, and Saturday morning, it is the Raised Eyes and Tubing 400, the last race of the regular season in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And we will set the 10-driver chase Saturday morning to battle for a championship in Season 7 of the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Don't miss that one. It is going to be a thriller at the Brickyard. Thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Tyler O'Reilly, and I will see you guys later.